Welcome back to my channel, guys. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make this quick and easy cinnamon roll recipe. If you are new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. All the measurements will be available for you in the description box below. So I'm starting off with some cake flour, and then to that I'm just going to be adding some white castor sugar, and then I'm going to give that a mix just to distribute the two together and make sure that they're evenly mixed. And then next I'm going to be preparing the liquids. So I'm just starting off with some warm full cream milk, and then to that I'm going to be adding 1 egg, and then I'll also go ahead and add some margarine or butter, and then we're gonna give that a mix. But before we mix that, we're gonna insert some yeast. So I'm just going to add 1 sachet of yeast, and this is the yeast that I prefer to use now. I always find that it works out really well for me. So I'm just gonna put in the yeast, and then I'm going to give that a quick mix. Okay, so once we're done mixing the liquid mixture, we're then going to go ahead and add that to the dry mixture, which is going to be very simple. So I'm starting off by mixing everything with the wooden spoon, and then later I'm just going to go in with my hands and I'm going to knead the dough on the table surface. So like I said, I'm just adding the wet mixtures, and then I'm going to give it a quick mix just up to where I physically can with the wooden spoon. And once it's proving to be a little bit hard, I'm then just going to take all the mixture and then put it on my tabletop and then knead the dough from there. So you'll see that it is a little bit of a sticky dough, but it does combine very well together. So you just need to knead your dough until it's no longer sticking onto you. And then I'm just going to use the leftover butter, and I'm just going to spread it on the glassware, and then I'm going to put the dough in there, and then I'm going to allow it to rise. You can also allow your dough to rise overnight if you want to have better results. I'm just going to do mine quickly, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to cover it with cling wrap, put it in a warm area in the house. You can also put it inside your oven for about an hour or two, and then you should come back and find it to be fine. So next we're going to do the filling. I'm using some brown sugar. I also mixed a little bit of white sugar because I was a little bit short on the brown sugar, but you can only use purely brown sugar. And then to that I'm going to be adding a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to flavor it with cinnamon. You can also add mixed spice and nutmeg if you want to intensify the flavor. And I strongly recommend that you use brown sugar, because that's what's going to make sure that that brown color is dominating on your cinnabons. Okay, so next we're just going to roll out our dough after it has risen on a surface which I have prepared with a little bit of flour, and then I'm just going to roll it out with a rolling pin, almost as though I'm making a square shape, because you do want it to be a little bit on the square side. And then next I'm going to be spreading some butter again, evenly distributing it across the whole entire surface area of the dough. And then I'm going to be adding the sugar mixture. So I'm first adding in with my hands, then I'm going to distribute it with the same hands, and then I'm going to move forward to use the rolling pin just to make sure that I compress them into the dough mixture, and then they are able to stick. So starting on the one side, you're going to be rolling your dough into itself, and you want to make sure that you roll it very tightly and very neatly as well, along the whole entire length of the dough. So I'm using a bread knife, and I'm just going to be cutting them into pieces that are almost of the same dimension in terms of height. You can also make yours thinner, you can make yours also wider. If you want bigger ones, you will just have to make more of the mixture than what I did. And I find that it cuts very well with a knife. This is what the pattern is looking like, very nice and neat. So once I'm done with that, I'm just going to put it into my bakeware, and then I'm going to seal that off again and allow it to rise for about a period of an hour. And then after an hour, I'm going to go ahead and start baking them. You can see that they've risen very well. So I actually had 3 extra that I put in these ramekins, which I'm going to bake separately. And these are good for if you want to make desserts or anything like that, and you want each and everyone to have their own cinnamon roll. So like I said, we're going to bake it at 180 degrees for about half an hour. While that is baking, we're going to create our cream cheese filling, and I'm using President's cream cheese. I prefer to use the medium cream cheese because it's a little bit softer than the full fat one, but you're welcome to use the full fat one. And then I'm just adding some icing sugar, and then I added some caramel flavor. You can also go ahead and add toffee flavor, or you can add vanilla essence if that is what you like. So I'm going to give this a mix first, and then I'm going to check the consistency. If I do find that it is a bit hard, if I do find that it is not to the consistency that I like, I'm just going to add a little bit of milk. So I've mixed mine up, and I'm finding that it is at a consistency that I prefer. If you want yours to be thicker, you can go back and add more sugar. If you want yours to be thinner, you can then go ahead and add a little bit of milk. And that's basically it. This is what our cinnamon rolls look like when they get popped out of the oven. So you can just spread them on each and every one of your cinnamon rolls. I recommend that you spread it while they're still hot, so that it can also penetrate the whole entire cinnamon roll, and then it tastes much better once it has cooled down. And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a single recipe from me. Comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.